Shalom, Chag Sameach. We are in the intermediate days, of the festival of booths, and apparently, our rabbi, our secular rabbi from North Tel Aviv, the chief rabbi of North Tel Aviv, Yoav, is in Romania. Donnie is going to be here in a few minutes, and we are on Daf Daled Amud Bet. And after having a whole argument over whether Yesh Em Lamikra or Yesh Em Lamasora, it says, Amart Yesh Em Lamikra, Ela de Kule Alma Yesh Em Lamikra. Everyone agrees. So all of the arguments we had were wrong, and we're going to go over them again and show how the person who we said Yesh Em Lamasora, meaning that the spelling is very important, most important, let's say. Actually, they also agree that the most important thing is how we read the text, not how it's spelled. And so we're going to go over the debates again. V'Rebbe v'Rabbanan b'hai k'mifilgi. So we had a debate between Rebbe and the rabbis on whether you needed 3 judges or you needed 5 judges. And initially we said that the rabbis were saying 3 because they were saying Yesh Em Lemesora, meaning that the fact that it said Yershiun without a Vav was the reason that it could have been 3. It's like, no, actually, no, that's not how they understood it. Bahai Kamifli, Rebbe Savar Yashiun Elohim, Achrini, V'Rabbanan Savar Yashiun Dehech Bahai. Rebbe was of the opinion that since it mentions Elohim, judges, God's judges, twice, and each one has to be at least 2, so you have 4, and you can't have an even number, so it's 5. And the rabbis said, no, it's always plural. It's always 3, both above and below. Rabbi Yosef, I believe it is Ben Roetz, Lo Pligi Rabbanan Alei. So there was the debate with, I believe Donnie's here almost. Is he here? There you go. We have a Donnie.
In the flesh. Hey, Yoav.
Yoav says Chag Sameach from Romania.
Wow.
Yep.
I've never actually spoken to Yoav, but I think he's really cool.
He is very cool. He's one of my favorite residents of North Tel Aviv, and he's not the only one I know.
Wow.
How are you doing?
Great.
You don't sound so convinced. Great.
No?
You just said great. V'samachta b'chagecha v'ha'isa ach sameach.
Someone was trying to tell me today that V'samachta b'chagecha is the hardest mitzvah in the Torah to fulfill.
By far.
Have you heard this before?
The Rebbe goes on and on about how
Really?
the mitzvah of lihiot besimcha tamid is the hardest mitzvah in the world.
Interesting. I'm just such a happy person. It's just so easy for me. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, because you know the song mitzvah gadola lihiot besimcha tamid, right?
Of course, yeah.
I believe that's a quote of the Baal Shem Tov, right? The Torah, I don't know that the Torah ever says lihiot besimcha tamid, right? Always to be joyful,
right?
Even though, I mean, the rabbis say even when you're the hardest thing is obviously you have to be mevarech baruch dayan emet besimcha.
Right.
Right.
I'm curious where it's from.
And apparently, Shadow likes pomegranate rinds. It's pomegranate season. Costco.
Oh, we say Ivdu as Hashem b'simcha, right? That's a phrase.
Ivdu as Hashem b'simcha, yeah. Right. Mitzvah gadola lihot b'simcha.
Right, that's from Rav Nachman.
It's Rav Nachman? Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. Look, we can go around.
Yep. So simcha is a very, very difficult mitzvah, especially for a Litvak.
It's true. There's a special Nisayan. It's a special Nisayan.
You know why Litvaks are so freilich leaning the Megillah, right?
Because of
because they can use the trope of Eicha.
Right. True. The crazy part about the joke is it's really true. That's what's really crazy about it. Like, it's not even a funny joke. It's actually accurate.
The only jokes that are funny are the ones that are accurate.
It's hysterical.
Hysterical.
Okay, what are we up to?
Daled Amud Bet Eila de Kula Alma Yesh Em Lamikra.
Let's see. Right, so from the top.
Yep. Right at the top. So everyone says, actually, the most important thing is how you read it, not how you spell it in the Torah.
Correct.
And now we're going to go through that entire brisa and explain why the ones that we said were arguing Yesh Em Lemesora actually were arguing something else.
Right.
So the Rebbe Rabbanan, right? So Rebbe and Rabbanan, it was a question of 5 or 3 judges. Rebbe Savar Yashiun Elohim Achrini, Rabbanan Savri Yashiun Dehech Vahai. So Rebbe said that it says Elohim twice. Each time there's 2, so that's 4. And then you have to add a 5th so that it's not an even number. And the Rabbanan say, no, both of them are referring to the same group of judges. And always it has to be 3.
Right.
The Rabbi Yossi, I believe it is, Ben Roetz, Lo Pligi, Rabbanan Ale. So the question was, how many matanot are necessary for there to be an atonement? And
no, this is talking about the how long a woman is tummy after she has a baby.
Yes, you're correct. Pligi Rabbanan Alei. Right. Beit Hillel is.
So no one argues. No one argues. Everyone agrees that Yeshem Lemikra.
Yeah.
Right.
There. Yeah. No one disagrees there with his
Right.
with his din that it's really shvuayim and it's not
right. That
shiva.
was the one. Every case we brought, there was a machlokas, I think, and this was the one that there was no machlokas. So
Yeah. Nobody believes that it's 70 days instead of 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Beit Hillel, the Tanya kiper. Mipnei hadin v'halo din hu ne'emar damim lamata v'ne'emar damim lamata. Ma damim ha'amorim lamata shenatan b'matna achat kiper. Af damim ha'amorim lamala shenatan b'matna achat kiper. That they're just reasoning it out. Since earlier we explained that even if you only splash blood on one of the corners of the altar, it's b'diavad, it's fine. Similarly, here they're just reasoning it out. Kulchal lederach zu nemar, or you could say that it's this other way. Damim b'chutz v'nemar damim b'fnim. So we have the outer altar and we have the inner altar, and you have to spray the blood for each. Ma damim ha'amurim b'fnim chisar achat mematunot lo asa v'lo klum. Right? That if in the inner altar it was he missed one of the
right. He missed one of the. What do you call this? Like, article translation as applications. Like, what is this typically called?
It's hazaya. It's hazaya. Achas v'achas.
That's what it's talking about.
Yeah, splashing blood. Where there are various places where you have to spray. Where, well, you're a Levi. The Kohanim have to spray blood in various places.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So the question becomes, what if he misses one?
Right.
Right.
But here it's saying Madam Amur Bifnim Chisar Achas Matanas Law. So in the inner
altar. So
right.
There's Mizbeach HaZahav inside and Mizbeach HaChitzon.
Right.
And then there's also on the Parochas and on the Aron.
Okay.
Right. So here it's talking about Mizbeach HaZahav and Mizbeach HaChitzon.
So in the Mizbeach Bifnim, we're saying if you do one application,
if you miss one,
then you haven't done anything. So to here we should say in the Mizbeach Achitzon that if you miss, you haven't done anything. So basically, we're saying that it doesn't work to use logic because the logic can work both ways.
No, we're saying that it wasn't a drasha of yesh em lemesora. It's just logical.
No, but we tried to make it logical, and then we said it's logical because nemar damim lamata nemar damim lamala. So just like the damim in the mizbeach.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So also lamala. See, I don't know what. So like, hold on a second. So I think lamala and lamata is referring to a specific mizbeach.
No. Lamala and lamata is referring to verses. Rashi gives the specific verses. Right? In the Torah, it describes various sacrifices.
No, Rashi says nemar damim lamala bechatas behema.
Right. So in the Torah, it mentions various types of sacrifices and gives you particularities on what's necessary. but we have to learn some from here to there, right? Because it doesn't give all of the instructions over every single time,
Right.
right? So the question becomes, okay, so it says by the Mizbeach HaChitzon that he missed one. It's fine, right? Is that true by Bifnim, right? And yeah, they're learning. I mean, whether or not you can learn from Bechutz to Bifnim, I think that's why it gives two svaras: one that it's din, and one that it's learning Bifnim and Bechutz. Verstehst?
So now the Gemara is going to compare the two svaras.
Good question.
Near limidome.
Near lemi dome danin chutz. Yeah. So there are those. So yeah. Now it's going to ask about somebody who says yeah, it says there are those who believe that you can learn dan and chutz mechutz ve'ein dan and chutz mifnim o kulcha lederech zu, right? So, or it's going to give you another what you call it, another svara. Dan in chatat ve'arba kranot michatat ve'arba kranot. So for the one who says that you can't learn, this is what we do with the outer altar, we would do similarly with the inner altar. The fact is that we're talking about two chatat offerings, and so it's learning from the fact that it's the both of the altars have four corners, and we're doing a chatat. So it's an alternative way of learning the same thing.
Oh. So oh no, so it's saying both ways. Nearly midome dan chutz mi bechutz ve'in dan chutz mi b'fnim o kalach derech zu dan chatas v'dal kronos mi chatas v'arba kronos.
Val yochiach, that's the one I'm not getting. I guess
she'ein chatas v'dal kronos.
Rashi dam ha'asham she'eno chataot v'lo nemru ba kranot ela savit v'lelishna de chatat ha'of nami eno chatat v'arba kranot. Klomar av al pi shemen chataot lo ne saman chataot lo nemru bo kranot v'kulan shamati v'the chatat ha'of lo salkalo. I have no idea what Rashi is saying. And apparently the Girsa of Rashi should be Lo Salka Li.
I'm honestly just lost in general.
I wasn't lost until the Al Yochiach. What are you lost about? You want to say it outside?
You can say it outside and explain it to me. I'm not going to be able to say it outside.
I will say it outside. Okay. So we had a whole argument. We had a whole brisa which gives us a machloket between various people, and we say that some of them say how you spell in the Torah is the most important thing. Others say no, what you read, how you read the Torah is the most important thing. And we gave several examples. Then the Gemara says, no, that's not correct. Everyone agrees that the most important thing is how you read it, not how you spell it. So we have to go through the previous Braita, right? And give all the reasons why all of the people who we said believe spelling is the most important thing actually learn out their halacha from something else.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And we start with Rebbe and Rabbanan, where there was a machloket of how many judges you need. And Rebbe said 5, and the Rabbanan said 3, because there you have, it talks about judges twice, and Rebbe says each time it says judges, it's talking about 2 different people. It's talking about different people, and each one is plural, so you have to have at least 4 judges. And since it has to be odd, you add a 5th.
Right.
And we say the rabbis, they believe that each time it talks about judges, it's talking about the same judges. It's always talking about 3 judges because it requires multiple, and the lowest multiple you can have of judges is 3.
Yeah.
And then we move on to Rabbi Yossi ben Yeroet. We say there it doesn't even matter because there's no one who disagrees. So there's no one to say that the believe Torah.
Yeah.
Right. And then we move on to Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai.
This is where I get lost. Okay.
We're with Beit Hillel and Beit Shammai, and we're trying to explain why you don't a drasha on the spelling of kippur, right?
Yeah.
And so we start giving reasons. The first reason we give is since they're in other places, it mentions that if the Kohen misses one of the applications, it doesn't invalidate. Similarly, everywhere else we learn. So it's just a svara. It's just reasoning, right?
So wait, but it's saying specifically nemar dam lamata v'nemar dam lamala. So ma dam lamata af dam lamala. So what's the mata and what's the mala here? That's the question. I know you explained this already.
So in the Torah itself, there's an order of, it's talking about various sacrifices, right? And so it's learning the ones which are below from the ones that are above, right? So it's applying from these previous sacrifices to the later sacrifices.
Yeah.
Okay. But we say, or you can say that we learn the ones that are from the outer altar to the inner altar, right? And then it says, but what about the guy who says that you can't learn from the outer altar to the inner altar, that they're different? And we say you can say that we learn the korban chatat, which is on the outer altar, which has 4 corners, to the chatat that is inner, using the inner altar right?
Yeah.
Which also has 4 corners. So similarly, the same rule should apply. Now this is where I start losing it. ועל יוכיח זה שאין חטאת וארבע קרנות. So apparently, ועל יוכיח דם האשם, right? So there's a korban asham, which is not a chatat, which is on the inner altar. So how are you going to learn that out? Talmud Lamar v'kiper 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 mipnei hadin kiper af al pi shelo natan ela shlosha kiper af al pi shelo natan ela shtayim kiper af al pi shelo natan achat. I think what it's saying is that that one you have to learn out of whatchamacallit. That one you have to learn out of Asfara. That since he missed one, so it's kind of going back to the first Svara, right? Am I understanding it correctly?
Kiper alpha bishul. It's not a swara. It's a drasha, right? Kiper alpha bishul nosan el shlasha. So kiper alpha bishul nosan el shtayim. Kiper.
Well, they're not darshaning the words. They're darshaning. They are
darshaning the 3 mentions of kafar.
Yeah, they are.
So the first one is saying even if you didn't do 3, you're fine. The second one is saying even if you did 2, you're fine. And the last one is saying as long as you did at least 1, you're fine.
They're darshaning the words themselves, not their spelling.
And right, and now once we're backing away from the svaras because the svaras weren't getting us anywhere. So he's using this. But how does this help? Oh, because he's not darshaning Karnos anymore. Now it's a separate drasha. There's nothing to do with chaser and malay. Nothing to do with that. Okay.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the spelling of it.
Right.
Okay.
That takes us to Sukkos.
And here we get to Rabbi Shimon Rabbanan Bahai Pligi. Rabbi Shimon Savar Sachav Lo Boy Kra V'Rabbanan Savri Sakha Boy Kra. So this was a question of whether you need two walls and a tefach or 3 walls and a tefach.
Correct.
Right. So what does it mean, Sachba?
So Rav Shimon, who holds that you only need 2 walls in a tefach,
yeah,
you don't need this. You don't need the. Remember how we talked about darshaning tchilos?
Right.
Like I don't need to know that the schach is a requirement. So it says besukas teish, whatever the pasuk says, besukas, and every mention of schach is sukkah is a reference to schach. This is actually like there's a Rashi in Sukkah, the beginning, the first Mishnah. It says I'll shame schach. I know this because this is my first Rashi, like 11th grade. I'll shame schach kari Sukkah. Like it's because of schach, it's called the Sukkah. So the schach is the main component of the Sukkah.
Since it's called a Sukkah, it has to have a schach. Yeah,
right. That's like the main part of the mitzvah, so to speak. Like if there could be a world where you could have a schach without walls, like it'd be more important to have schach in a sense, if that makes any sense. So Rav Shimon Savar schach lo ba'ikra. You don't need to give a pasuk for schach. So I have. Wait, how does that help him? Doesn't he hold 2 walls? Wait, it doesn't help him.
I'm reading the Rashi. Rav Shimon Rabbanan kulahu yesh em lemikra svir lahu v'chi midaleit chad besukot legufei pashu lahu arba aval Rabbanan Savre.
Oh, I have it mixed up. Rabbi Shimon was the one who holds 3 and a bit, and the rabbis hold 2 and a bit. That's weird. I didn't realize that.
Pashlahu Gimel the Dafnot. L'garata hilchata l'shlishit. Rabbi Shimon Savar Sacha lo boikra. The mikra, the medalinon, legufei nafka. The ha below Sacha lo mikra suka.
No, that makes sense now.
Okay.
So Rav Shimon doesn't Shacha lo ba'ikra, it doesn't need a pasuk, and therefore
you have to have 3 walls.
So therefore if it mentions sukkahs
3 times.
3 times. No, wait. No, it mentions it 4 times apparently. Wait. Right, it mentions it 4 times. So I don't need it for itself, so it makes sense. So if Shimon holds you have 4 walls, and then the Halacha Moshe Sinai brings it down to 3 in a little bit. But the Rabbanon Tzavra, you do need 1 for the pasuk, so you really only have 3, and the Halacha Moshe Sinai brings it down to 2 in a little bit.
Okay.
And the final case is regarding what? Rakiva Rabbanon Balka Mifli. Rakiva Savar Nefashos Tarti Mashma, but Rabbanon Tzavra Nafshos the Alma Mashma.
What was
this is talking about the Tumas Ohel.
Ah, right.
Whether or not this is like the craziest case. What is it? That if the blood of 2 bodies,
if you have a shear, right? If the shear is made out of blood from 2 different bodies as opposed to 1,
right?
Whether that's matama ba'ohel.
Right, got it. Yeah. So Rakiva Savar that when it says nafshos, it means 2. But Rabbanon Tzavra nafshos alma mashma, that nafshos means like general, talking about dead bodies, is not speaking about like plural versus singular.
But the kula alma yesh em lemikra.
Then I was asking a question. Well, does everyone really believe yesh em lemikra about Tanya? Now it's going to go into a new conversation.
Okay.
Let's see. Latotafos. Did you put on tefillin today, Jacob?
No, I didn't. Did you? You're Ashkenaz. You're supposed to.
Now I feel like I have to go sit in the sukkah. I just feel like I have to go put on tefillin right now. Like we're doing all the mitzvahs. This is why you have to learn, right? You like feel like you have to do them.
Yeah.
It's like
I have an excuse. According to me, on a day you when you say Musaf, so then the question becomes why you put on tefillin on Rosh Chodesh. You guys don't take off your tefillin to put you guys don't take off your tefillin to say Rosh Chodesh Musaf, do you?
Wait a second, I just forgot. You're right. It's Chol Moed today.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of people don't wear tefillin today. I forgot about that.
Yeah. What do you think I was saying?
I forgot already. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were saying. I was like, what is he saying? Now I realize it's Chol Moed, right?
It's Chol Moed. And there are people, Rahman al-Islam, who put on tefillin on Chol Moed.
So this is perfect. Like the sukkah and the tefillin are.
It's all hashkacha pratis. It's all hashkacha pratis. We thought that we ended up learning this because we were lazy and missing things, but really, Hakadosh Baruch Hu thought we should be learning the sugya.
It's beautiful.
Today.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Hold on, but you guys don't take off your tefillin to daven Musaf on Rosh Chodesh.
It depends on the Rosh Chodesh. No, not Rosh Chodesh. No, but at Sukkot it varies. It's like a big thing in the shuls in Baltimore, or everywhere.
Well, yeah, the whole big thing is whether or not
everything.
Yeah, so
the whole deal.
Yeah, there's people really in the same shul. People will go behind the
the whole thing, separate thing.
But 2 different shlichei tzibur, right? They're not davening the same with the same shliach tzibur, are they?
Same shliach tzibur.
Same shliach tzibur and the mechitza between men.
It's a big issue.
Lo tikdodu.
I know.
That's mamish and iser deraisa.
I know. What is it called? Chavalos. Isn't that the Gemara says?
Yeah.
You don't want to have like
Yeah. Agudas, lotik.
Agudas. That's what it is. Agudas,
Yeah.
Agudas.
Lotik.
Yeah.
So the Isser is lotik tigdodadu.
Yeah.
Right. And from that it learns don't make a good dog. Hold on, wow, people do
I
this?
mean, I haven't
Even in Eretz Yisrael, I didn't see such
I haven't seen it in a few years, but that's what I remember. That's what I remember.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess they're saying that there's a mitzvah saseh of putting on tefillin. They're the ones who are doing it, putting on tefillin. Are they the ones going behind the mechitza, or are the other people?
No, it's like they'll put like a split in the shul. Like they'll manufacture.
At the very least, do different minyanim at the same minyan. That bothers me so much.
I have to fact check it and let you know.
Okay. That bothers me so much. Yeah. Okay, no, weiter.
Let's do it.
You're always going off on these tangents. I don't know why you can't stick on topic.
Imagine how my chavrusas felt back in yeshiva. Tanya, letotovos, harikan arba. Divrei Rabbi Yishmael, Rekiva Omer. So he believes what? He's saying it's yesh aim le.
So
Mesoras.
Yeah.
Yesh aim le mesoras.
Yeah, the spelling, because
right.
there's a totafot there which is mullet.
Right. It's not necessary. Tot bekavse shtayim. The word tot in the language of Kaspi means two.
Mm-hmm.
And pas ba'afriki shtayim. And the word pas in the language of the Afriki region, is that Africa?
Yeah.
Means two. That means, so that's a total of 4. But the point of bringing this whole thing down is just to say that clearly Rabbi Yishmael believes that yesh aim lemasoras.
Yeah, that the spelling matters.
So ela la'olam pligi. Rather, we're going back. Really, we do argue yesh aim lemasoras, yesh aim lemikra. V'hani mili ki pligi. But when do they argue? Hechadashani krab b'mesoras. Only
when you read it differently than how you spell it.
Aval hai chale v'chelev techi hadadi ninhu yesh aim lemikra. But when the words are identical, then yesh aim lemikra. Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we do agree that there are instances of yesh aim mesoras. Wait. They only argue yesh aim lemikra, yesh aim mesoras when the pronounced word is the same.
When the pronunciation would be spelled the same.
Correct. But if the pronunciation is different,
because you can't write chalav and chelev b'milui and chassid.
Right. Meaning, Sukkos, let's just say, without a vav or with a vav, it's pronounced the same, and there's no difference in meaning or anything. But chalav and chelev, then you have a problem. So everyone agrees.
You can't spell chelev and chalav differently.
Correct. So everyone agreed that yesh aim lemikra in that situation.
Yeah. That if it's spelled the same, then you go by how it's read.
But this makes sense though, because I assume was the chalev chalev dispute, was that what got us into all this chaos? Is that what?
Yeah, because they said if you don't say yesh emlem ikra by chalev and chalav, then you would be having.
We could have answered this before that. We could have said yes. Here is different, but it took us all this way to get there, basically, right? This answer we could have gave back then, but we had to go through all the steps.
That's what the Gemara does.
Crazy.
And if we were learning Be'iyun, we'd have to ask why it needs to do that.
Right. Exactly.
Good thing we're not learning Be'iyun. We'd be here forever.
I actually heard Yosef say today, it's really interesting. He said that he wouldn't call the Torah the law, he would call it instructions.
Yeah,
like,
hurrah.
right. It's more loose than the law. Like it's less propositional and more something to be figured out.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
this is
I
a
mean,
big
he said this 2 years ago, but I was listening to it today, so he didn't really say it today.
this is one of the things which we constantly have to, and frankly, Father Stephen agrees. He thinks nomos, because what happened is in Greek, Paul of Tarsus wrote, when he referred to the Torah, it's translated nomos, which means law in Greek.
Right.
So that's how Torah became translated to law.
Right.
And then the Christians had this whole debate about law.
Right.
And one of the things Father Stephen says is, no, nomos means more like hurrah. It doesn't mean,
Right.
It's how the community acts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to finish this Gemara.
We are.
Hare yira. The Gemara asks, what does that mean? Hare yira. Oh, they're bringing a different situation where it's spelled the same.
Mm-hmm. And you read it differently.
It's spelled the same, but you read so what? Maybe we say Yeshem Limikr there. I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, we're gonna show a machlokas where they do argue. Okay, so they're the same, and we do see an argument. The Tanya,
Mm-hmm.
Yochanan ben Davai Omer Rishon Yehuda ben Tema, Hasuma be'alaf me'ena pater min hariya.
Right. So the question is, it says kol zechorcha yira'eh. Right. The question is it does the person, if a person is blind, does he have to go up on Sukkot to Jerusalem?
Right. So we say pater min hariya. He's pater from seeing it. Shnemar yira. Kederech sheba liros kach ba liros. So just in the way that God sees us, you have to go and see Him.
Yeah, just the same way that you see, you should be seen.
Just as God sees with two eyes, af liros b'shein of. What a ridiculous thing to say! It's hysterical. But yeah, I guess God sees fully is maybe what it means, right? So we have to see fully.
Yeah.
So so we see that so wait, is it a machlokas?
I think he might be. They might actually be showing that it is what we're saying. This might be a proof.
No, wait. So this is
v'harei usually means you're showing a stira.
Correct. So person is blind in one eye, exempt from hearing. I'm trying to figure this over here. You could either pronounce this word as yira or yera, right?
Yeah, yira means you will see. Yira means you will be seen.
Right. So he's pronouncing it as he shall be seen. Right?
No, he's darshaning the fact that you could read it in two ways.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we do that all the time. Al tikra, ella tikra.
Oh, so that's the problem. So we're not settling for one pronunciation.
Right.
Oh. So we say Ella Amar Achabre Dervika Amar Akra Lo Savasha Gadi Derech Bishal Asatora. This could only apply to cooking. Because it says lo savashel gedi derech bishul also. So the way, so it's making it usher a certain way of cooking, and that the Gemara is saying could only be in milk. Derech bishul, says Rashi, chalav tzilo kemayim. The ika bishul aval chalev eno bishul ela tagun. Oh, so milk is cooking, but fat is roasting.
It's
whatever
frying.
What does tagun mean?
Frying.
Okay.
Yeah, since if you cook it, so they're going back and they're undoing the chalav.
Right. Yeah. And then that concludes the Gemara, and then we hit what do you call it? We're going back to our mission now. We're gonna leave. Yeah. And that's gonna have to wait like 3 weeks, unfortunately.
3 whole weeks.
1, 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I'll be back the 9th. Me and Chaz are gonna have to do a live stream from Israel for like 2 minutes.
You do. You have to do a live stream from the Kosel.
That'd be amazing. I'm so excited to be back. I'm gonna have you in mind.
Please do. Yeah, and next off is where we get another Ben Yehoyada.
Yeah, then we start. Yeah, we only did all of this just to get back to the Ben Yehoyada. All that sacrificed the past like 3 months. It's just been for that. So.
Oh yeah, I meant to look up the Maharshas, didn't I? The Maharshas a lot harder than Ben Yehoyada.
Maybe we'll do one stream in Israel or something as a just to keep everything alive. Who knows? We'll see.
I might do some Chazara by myself, just so I don't forget everything. And it might be good to actually go back and Chazar from the beginning.
Amazing.
Not that I'll remember anything. I never do.
Don't surprise yourself.
We'll see. Okay. End of stream. Bye, people.